what kind of challenges you have faced, and how is it to work in Japan?
Japan's women working in the high-tech industry is still few. There are those who are not given hot job assignment. I have experienced that too.
I came from the village background, and my parents are farmers. I've seen the life. I have seen so many villages, they are not supporting education for the women still now. Challenges in IT industry, definitely work-life balance is one of the things. Apart from that, I have seen gender bias.
Mindset is changing nowadays for the women, as we can see a lot of women in the leadership roles. This is the AI era. Coming era is also the AI. So how it is going to contribute to the women's empowerment? Do you think it is going to make an impact?
We are all leaders, nurture leaders.
Takeda-san is also the author of the book. Do you think, are you considering the English edition also of this book?
Oh!
What trends do you see on the horizon of AI, and what businesses do you think, how it is going to impact the businesses or empowering women specifically?
They should go on building the strong concepts. It is very important to upskill and be in the market as much as possible.
Welcome everyone to the very special podcast of today, where we'll be talking about the women empowerment and the fascinating AI. So I have a very wonderful ladies here in front of me today who are incredible leaders in the Fortune 100 company. The first is Takeda-san. She is working as a director in Japan in Fortune 100 company, and the second is Savitha, Dr. Savitha, PhD holder. She is working as a leader in Fortune 100 company. So I would request Takeda-san to introduce herself to the audience.
Namaste, Mary Takeda fu, Dania World. I joined the company as a system engineer, and now I'm a leader of generative AI area. And also I lead the technical women community, and also I'm a teacher of Japanese university school. That's right.
Cool. Okay, thank you so much. You're welcome. Yeah. Please say it.
Konnichiwa. Watashi wa Savitha desu. Arigatou gozaimasu. I'm Dr. Savitha, a completed PhD in AI and data science. I have 17 years of experience. Initially, I was a professor. Then I worked as R&D engineer, and then I was a part of startup. Then currently, I am working as AI engineering leader.
So let's start our conversation with the very first question to Takeda-san. So we would like to hear about your leadership journey so far. What kind of challenges you have faced, and how is it to work in Japan?
Oh, thank you. The percentage of Japan's women working in the high-tech industry is still few. And when I gather as a female engineer, I noticed that there are many women from many backgrounds. And among them, there are those who are not given hot job assignment. And I have had a problem with it being the both unconscious bias or just waiting for opportunity. So I have experienced that too, but I overcome and where I here. And we need to clearly explain what we can do and what we want to do, not just wait. And if anyone listening now has an issue, consider it a need for growth. It will make you feel better.
That's great to hear that. Yes, Savitha, I would like to hear your opinion onto this.
The challenges, when it comes to challenges.
Indian society.
Yeah, definitely when it comes to challenges, it will be there. When I came from the village background, and my parents are farmers, I've seen the life, how it was in village, where they won't support much education in village side. Still it is there. But my parents, I'm thankful to them. They have supported for me to study further. The issues is going on. I have seen so many villages, they are not supporting education for the women still now. That is there. But when we see the challenges in IT industry, definitely work-life balance is one of the things. So since we are mostly followed culture, Indian culture, So we have a lot of family responsibilities, caregiving things, so for elders. So to look after both like work as well as family responsibilities, definitely it will be a little more complex for any of the women. So I think that is one of the challenge I've seen. Apart from that, like I have seen gender bias. So like there will be a lot of like promotion. When you want to promote, there will be a bias towards that. It will be there as well. Access to the opportunities. So it was very less access to the opportunities for the women in terms of the tech industry. So that has noticed in my career. And as well as as a woman, if you start any career, for example, as a startup, when you want to initiate, definitely there will be a lot of challenges you have to face with respect to support thing. And when you wanted to get enough financial support from any of the like a government or else any of the like funds, it is very difficult to get that. This is one of the things I have noticed. Yeah. When it comes to opportunities, nowadays it's improving that. So it is not up to the extent of 50%. I can say it is good up to 30%. It has increased. So there will be a lot of support networks will be there, growth networks. For example, the women-centric conferences will be happening.
Yeah.
So women can go there and participate on that. And there will be a lot of mentors available for coaching the women. So these are the possibilities helping for the women to be in a tech industry as well as in IT industry to grow on these opportunities.
True. I think the mindset is changing nowadays for the woman, as we can see a lot of women in the leadership roles. For example, Indra Nui. So everyone is getting inspired from them, and it is changing, really changing.
And we have to focus more on education side. The education is the main thing which can change anything for the woman.
Yes, basis the marriage.
That is the knowledge thing. So at least we have to help for the people who are not able to have a good teachers in some of the some of the colleges or some remote places who don't have that. At least if we are able to do something for them, definitely it will be helpful. So like the woman should not stop anywhere. There has to take that as a challenge. If anybody saying something, let's not stop. Like take that as a challenge and move on. This is what I can say.
We should take stand for ourselves, what we want, what is our ambitions, and we should move forward in that direction.
So I can say knowledge and education is the power where women life can be changed.
So in further to that, addition to that, so how do you think, like, this is the AI era, coming era is also the AI. So how it is going to contribute to the woman's empowerment? Do you think it is going to make an impact? I would like to hear from you, Takeda-san.
I think this applies to all people, not just to men. When you can come up with a new idea, it's important to think about how to learn it into a workable plan that can be answered with help of AI and then execute it. So let's get to try it.
So in terms of like AI influencing women empowerment, it definitely it is there. For example, recruitment. I can say it's a major thing in a recruitment. Since AI tools, if you're going with the recruitment, there won't be a unconscious bias and gender. You cannot see any bias over there because the tool is recommend you depends on your skills. They won't see anything like whether you are which gender or where you came from. All these things will be avoided on that. So that is a major thing we can see in the recruitment process. And automated screening. So since all the things was automated in the screening during the hiring process, so it will be very good for the this women empowerment, and like lot of opportunities will get for the women. So this is one thing I can say. And here there is another challenge is also there when you consider it's a positive for the recruitment, and other thing is a challenge. For example, like when it comes to AI, history of the data considered for the training is the major thing. So when you considered training data from the past 20 years, if you taken that for your training, the recruitment tool, we want to build a recruitment tool or something like that. So most of the data was past, men's was working more than women's. So the data will be more towards them comparatively towards the women. There it might be a little challenge to avoid that biasness. So apart from that, I think it's a good thing to go ahead with the recruitment process tools for like AI based influence in tools. And then when it comes to flexible work environment, for example, due to AI, we're getting lot of remote work environment. So due to that, what happens, like many people who are there in the village, they are not able to come to for cities to work on. They can work from their own places. So a lot of job opportunities will be giving for them on this. So and then unlike education, when it comes to education industry, definitely tool based. Lot of the trainings will be available in the like tools. So no need of a teacher like who they can come to college to study. Instead that online trainings, they can go with that online trainings, tool based trainings, and this can be happen due to this. So these are the major things we can see as AI influencing for the women. So basically women empowerment.
And I think in the Fortune 100 companies or the many companies have started initiatives for this woman empowerment. I think for the Cosmos is also, yes. Yeah, well, yeah. I think you are also the part of working. Yes, it's true. Okay. So, yeah, I think it is changing. Our society is changing and it is empowering women to do a lot of things. Next question will be, so do you have some examples in your life or the leadership in women who have inspired you so far, and would you like to share some story about it?
So there is a female leader who taught me to never stay in my comfort zone and go to my straight zone. And she has had a huge impact to me, and there is no need to proceed the risk zone. It's important to work a little harder and stay in a place where we can challenge ourselves. And the mentor and the mentee relationship is also important for me. And around me, a culture is fostered where leaders nurture leaders. So I have wonderful leaders who are nurturing me, and I hope to be a positive influence on young female engineers. That's my dream.
Wonderful. Takeda-san is also the author of book AI Risk Kyohon. So I would like to ask her about what key takeaways our audience can take from that book, and we would like to hear more about that book. Yes.
Okay, so I read in this book, and I think trustable AI is very important. So I wanted to many people to read this, and I've written this book with the Japan AI ethics team member, and there is also the EU AI Act and the establishment of the AI Safety Institute. So there are now guidelines for the proper use of AI in many places, and the AI ethics is described as a two-story building, and as stated on the cover on the book, the first floor is legality, and the second floor is social acceptability. So laws must be followed, and we must also consider whether they are social acceptable. So to help people think about this difficulty, we cite 5 use cases in these books, and to explain what are the possible AI risks, and what is the risks of AI, and what we can use the cutting-edge technology to reduce the AI risks. This is written to and this is key topics of these books.
Okay, thank you so much for introducing the book. Do you think, are you considering the English edition also of this book?
Oh,
I
so,
I want to add on here AI risk ethical AI. I'm also writing an AI auditing book. So it is like a book, kind of manual kind of stuff. For example, when you wanted to see like explainable AI, so what are the steps you wanted to follow for that? And for example, another thing is when you wanted to like eliminate bias. So what is the steps you are going to follow? It is a kind of like multiple questions kind of stuff. And I am also like more of AI governance things.
Yeah.
So I usually went for many of these 2-3 conferences as a speaker on AI governance only. So what risks we have and what are the like some of the guidelines which has come from other Europe, US on these things. So what are the things guidelines we have to follow? So those things and all, like I was already written on that auditing books. So most probably I'll be releasing soon.
Okay. Looking forward to it. Yeah. What trends do you see on the horizon of AI, and what businesses do you think how it is going to impact the businesses or empowering women specifically?
I can say this AI for good. So for example, social good. AI for social good. Here you can consider like AI for the good responsibilities, not to misuse in terms of the cases. For example, AI for social good, it will be good in healthcare industry and it will be good in education industry and it will be good for the when we considered as a good purpose. For example, when the same thing when AI gives for a people like a children, they are started using the chatbots, their research mind is going down. So I've seen that previously the children used to go and search, like if they are getting any short-term projects, they used to research and do the work. Now that is not there. So they used to write the projects using the chat.
ChatGPT.
And then workforce management, definitely AI is good. If you see like a trends, like definitely going forward, we all will be an AI. And people used to think the job will be cut downs, but that it is not cut downs, it is a upskilling by ourselves. So we should not think in a negative way. So we have to go it in a positive way. It will be like monotonous works will be limited. So it will be increasing the skills. So we have to be skilled upon this. This is what I can say on things. And the AI in education industry, that is definitely very, very helpful when it consider in terms of the positive. And the same time, we have to be in a limited access for the students. Let's not, their innovation minds will go down if we are giving all the project access with the chat GPTs and all.
It will be like a spoon feeding to
Yeah. I have seen like I've seen like a noticed the children's, like for example, 6th standard students, if they started using chat GPT for their projects, what their skills they will get it when it comes to
90% they'll be dependent on the ChatGPT.
and the teachers itself, they are saying to use the chat GPT for that. This needs to be avoided in terms of that. At least they can get access after some time, not in the child level.
Initial stage.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that innovation mindset will go down. So that is where like I'm calling for social good and things. And data driven decision making system trend opportunities will be there. So AI gives that trend will be increased on this. So consider anything as a responsible AI.
Let's make it responsible AI.
Something like that. That's what I can say on this. When it comes to when you consider it as trend actions. AI for social good. Consider AI for social good.
And I think for students, it should be a helping assistant, not the owner.
Yeah, not the one. And not to give the access for projects or something like that, to do that.
In the initial stage. And in the time they...
Yeah, at least a 10th class, I can say. Not to give them.
I think it's a difficult. in the coming era because it is a lot of AI and AI only.
Yeah, it's in AI. So they can read something like, for example, 15 days of project work, like if they are doing in a 10 minutes of time, so definitely their mind won't go for the research, innovation, or learning perspective. That is what I can see. So I have seen that students who are doing that. So this needs, and at least in a school principal, they needs to be taken care of. And yeah.
I think we need to validate in a different way how like they the skilling or upskilling that they're doing. Is it really a part of using AI or not? Like they're really upskilling or not? So we need to have different methods. We need to have different things to validate those if they're really learning or not, or they're getting more and more dependent on the chat GPT.
Yeah, that's happening. I mean, the notes, then instead of writing, they're going and taking the printouts.
Yeah, the ways are going to change.
This is what happens right now.
Yes.
So at least we need to limit them for some extent.
Okay.
And this is the, yeah, I can say for the social work.
Okay, let's move to the next question and final question. So what key message you would like to give to the broader audience and specifically women who are looking forward to build their career in AI and data science? So what key message you would like to give?
I can say, like, first, they should go on, like, building the strong and concepts. So I've seen the concepts are lagging on this. They should be a little on statistics, mathematics strong for the foundation that makes them, when they are taking any problem statements, definitely it will be clear for them. So that they have to be stronger enough on that. And upskilling thing, use the access like some of the like NPTEL courses and Udemy. Like, let's learn and upskill their things. Definitely nowadays, like, it is very important to upskill and be in the market as much as possible. So that is 100% needed for them to go on this. And this many of the like AI engineers which I interacted are very less in practical experience. So some of them are conceptually they are very good, but they are not good in practical things. So for that, at least they should have put their hands on to work in a practical way to handle how the things, how the data seem to be good, how to handle the data. So this is, I've seen one more thing lag in the practical experience and understanding of the problem statements. For any of the AI engineers and data scientists, they are not thinking behind the problem statement understanding. So once they immediately jump in that. So they stay. So they are not thinking of how to scale up. So in a larger picture way, productionized way. So that is again like a lagging. We have the AI engineer. Any of the people should focus on that and the innovation. So definitely they has to keep their minds in the innovation state, and they should always keep reading IEEE papers. So what coming in the technology side. So that is very important to them. And young generation has to go on attend the conferences wherever AI conferences are there. So learn from that. So at least like if any person who is entering to industry, they can in a position to understand the papers, IEEE papers, all these things. So that makes them to be strong in the technical side as well. So keep attending the conferences, keep learning the IEEE papers, and focus on innovating part. Keep on upskilling this. And like, for example, if they takes one small area, they should be strong in that mathematics and that particular area and statistics. That makes them to work properly in the data science and AI area. So that needs to be, young generation has to be focused on that.
So lastly, what one phrase of advice you would like to leave your audience with today?
AI for social good, AI for everyone.
Okay. Great. Yes.
So trustworthy AI is important. 信頼できる AI がとても大切です。日本の皆さんへ。
I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to Takeda-san and Dr. Savitha. Thank you for your valuable time today and such an enlightening conversation. I hope this would be useful to our audience. Looking forward to many more such conversations. Thank you so much. Thank you. どうもありがとうございました。ありがとう。よろしくお願いします。はい。